Happy Tuesday. My name is Isabel and I am a first-year first grade teacher here in Southern California, and this is a day in my life. So today it is Tuesday, and at my school Tuesdays are our minimum days, so I'm very excited about that. I had recorded a lot of what I did yesterday, but I was rewatching it and I fell asleep watching it. So I'm hoping that today's might be a little bit more entertaining because yesterday's was brutal. It's going to be a very jam-packed Tuesday. So on Tuesdays, we start school at 7:50. Every day we start school at 7:50 and then we get out at 11:20. After school ends at 11:20, we have a PLC meeting with my grade level team for about 45 minutes, and then after that from 12:30 to 1:30, I have a induction meeting with my mentor for my in order to get my credential cleared. I needed 2 years of induction, so in my first year, because I'm a first year teacher. Once that's over, then I have the rest of the time until 2:40, which is when my contract hour ends, to prep and plan for next week, for this week, and do any housekeeping stuff that I need to do. But today looks a little bit different because I do have a new teacher training. My district was very kind enough to offer first year, well at least this year, offer new teacher trainings. So we've had trainings all throughout the year, which has been really, really helpful. We've had trainings all about essential standards, and we've had trainings all about, I can look, I have them right here. Yeah, we've had trainings about no opt-out strategies that we can use, all about our Aries and Google Throws. Sorry. There you go. But as I was saying, we've had trainings about all different types of things like no opt-out strategies, deconstructing standards and how to create learning targets, our standards-based grading, small group instruction, all about our new science curriculum that we're using. So we've had a lot of really great trainings, and this was the first year I think that they offer trainings for new teachers. Usually you just get it in throughout the year, but they thought that it would be a good idea to just train all of us at once. So that was really, really helpful for this year. And then today is our last new teacher training of the school year. So this one's going to be all about instructional technology. And that's going to be from 3 to 5. So that's great. We'll see how that goes. It's been a while. The last one was in February and I didn't go to that one because I had an observation the day after that I needed to prep for. So I had to miss that one, but this is going to be the last one of the school year, which is crazy. It is currently April 4th. We just came back from spring break yesterday. We had our spring break, I feel like we had it earlier because I know most of my old districts, they're having their spring break the week of Easter, which is obviously this week, and we had it earlier. But it's kind of nice because we had a full 5 days off last week, and then this week, because it is Good Friday on Friday, we are off, so we had a whole week off and then we only come back to a 4-day week. So I guess that's kind of nice. So on my agenda today, we have from 8 to 8:30, we have ELD. So I meet with my 5 to 6 students who are in ELD, and I just do ELD activities with them. And then we're going to come back and all together meet, and we have ELA from 8:30 to 9:35, and during that time, we're going to review our calendar. I don't have this activity. We're going to do some phonemic awareness, and I kind of do a version of Heggerty, but I base it on the phonics rule that we're doing for the week. And we're talking more about abbreviations. We're going to read aloud a story about Thomas Edison, and then we're going to do an anchor chart about the steps, the steps to the problem, and then a solution. And the last thing is going to be to review our standard RI 1.9, which is comparing and contrasting two different passages about the same topic. So yeah, very jam-packed. We'll see how much we can get through. And then after ELA, we do have lunch. Our lunch is super early today. On minimum days, that's the only thing that's not the best, is our lunch is from 9:35 to 10:05, but at least we get a lunch. I'm very, very happy that we get a lunch, because at my old school, when it was a minimum day, we wouldn't get a lunch. We would just skip the lunch and have it at the end of the day. So I am very grateful that we still have a lunch during minimum days. And then at 10:05 to 10:50, we have math. And next week, my kids are doing their district test. So this week and then part of next week is going to be peer review. So yesterday we reviewed addition and the different ways that we can see addition on the test. And today's focus is going to be on subtraction. So during lunch, I'm going to print out some subtraction fact fluencies, and then I'm going to give it to them, and then we'll review how to subtract and the different ways that we can see subtraction on our test. And after math from 10:50 to 11:20, we're going to do our second step lesson. That's our SEL lesson. So I'm going to review that also during lunch to figure out what I need to do. But that is how my day is going to look. I love Tuesdays. Tuesdays are just a nice break from the craziness of the rest of the week. But yeah, I will keep you guys in the loop of how today is running and the things that we get to, the things that we don't get to. So I'll see you guys around. Welcome back. It is currently 12:21, so the kids have been out for about an hour, and I just finished my PLC meeting with my grade level team, and we just went over some things that our grade level chair needed for a meeting on Thursday. So we kind of got that together, and we just talked about the rest of the school year and how testing is going to be looking and when we need to schedule certain things in. So that was that. And right now, in about 8 minutes, I have to go meet with my induction mentor, and we're going to talk about some open house activities that I want to do, and we're kind of going to figure out a timeline of when we can do those activities. But she's going to give me more information on what to expect during open house. I didn't have time to come back during my lunch because I was on the phone with my husband, since I didn't see him last night when he got home, so I just spent that time talking to him and catching up. But our day today went pretty smooth. For ELA, we reviewed RI 1.9, which is about comparing and contrasting two stories, and then tomorrow we're going to take like the assessment to see how well they comprehended it from yesterday and today's lessons. We read a story about Thomas Edison, and we reviewed abbreviations. Our OR sound, or our OR sound, can be spelled with OR, ORE, and OAR. So we read a couple of words in that. And yeah, I think that's all we got covered for ELA. Then we had our lunch time, and then for math we just focused on subtraction. I had them do their subtraction fluency sheet. Subtraction takes a little bit longer for my kids, and it was 30 problems, so I gave them about 15 minutes to do it. If they finished early, they would read a book silently, and then at the last like 10, I had like a last, it was after I think about 15 minutes, I still had 5 who had to finish, so I just pulled everyone onto the carpet. We went over the types of subtraction problems that they could see on the test, and then I sent them to finish up some Dreambox lessons so they could get their points for the week. They have to finish 5 lessons every week, so I try to give them enough time to pass those, and then those who did not finish were finishing them up during that in a small group just so they could focus. But overall my kids did pretty well. Right now, subtraction's hard. I'm trying to teach them the counting on strategy, so how to like count backwards in your head, but that's a really tough skill for my first graders to do. So they are relying a lot on number lines. So they've been using number lines very heavily, but I will take that over them counting their fingers, especially because these are numbers within 20, so they can't really use their fingers to do 17 take away 9, unless again they're counting backwards. But that is a skill I think I have to focus on a little bit more at the beginning of the school year. So next year, that's going to be one of my top goals. So yeah, and then after math, we just did our second step lesson. Today we talked about ways to solve problems, and ever since the first day of school, I've told my kids to try to solve their own problems. So today, finally, full circle, it came back to the steps on how to be a problem solver. And we listened to a song about STEP. The S stands for say the problem, T stands for think of solutions, E stands for explore consequences, and P is pick a solution. So we went over that. We saw some examples. We saw a video about two little girls who were fighting over the monkey bars, and then we talked about solutions that we can have, some consequences, and then what the best problem solution could be. But yeah, we did that, and that was our day. I still have to go do my induction meeting like I had said, and then after I'm going to make some copies of things. I need to set up my spring bulletin board because right now I'm still in the month of March. I need to print out some running records I need to get done on Thursday, and then I have to go to my new teacher training at 3. So it is a busy day today, but I will catch you guys after my meeting and let you guys know how that all went. So see you guys later. All right, we're back, same position, but it's fine. So it is 1 o'clock. My induction meeting ended a little bit early, luckily, but we just talked about open house and what the purpose of open house is, how I'm going to meet that purpose, and also how I'm going to prepare for the room. So it was very informative. I now understand how open house is conducted at the school because I had a couple of questions about, I guess, the format of it, if it's similar to like our back to school night that we had. But we talked about that. We talked about some ways that we can make it very student-led and have the students kind of walk around and show their parents or their guardians, whoever is coming with them, what they've been doing around the classroom. So now I just have to figure out some activities that I would like for them to display, because I want some things on the wall, I want some things on their desk, and then I need to figure out what I would want them to kind of talk about and share with their parents. So that's going to require some more planning as we get a little bit closer. We're still a month away, which seems like a lot of time, but it's really not. I already have one of the writing activities done, so I'm going to kind of put those together either next week or the week after and finally put them up. We need to do a math activity. I have an idea what I want to do for math. It is called, I'm going to do a measurement garden, which is pretty much where they title their measurement garden, and then they have a couple of different flowers that they can decorate and cut out, and they're going to put this on a piece of paper and they're going to measure it with a ruler with inches, and I'll write it like on the top. Also, in our Wonders curriculum, we are talking about, it's primarily all about like building, I think, is the census of it. So I want them to do like building activities where they have to make a building with toothpicks and little Play-Doh balls. So that's an idea that I have roaming in my head. I'll see if I actually get to it. And because we are doing narrative writing, I want to make little booklets for them. And it'll be called like the student's name, True Stories. So Mrs. Mosso's True Stories, and they can just write their little hearts out about things that happened to them in their narrative writing. Again, those are just ideas that are floating in my head. I'll see what I can actually accomplish within the month. But as of now, me brainstorming, that's what I have planned. Have my slides done for tomorrow, so that's good. So now I think what I'm going to do is put up my April board. While I'm doing that, I'll probably record a little bit, but I'm going to talk to my husband. I'm going to, what else did I have? I need to make copies, so I need to print some stuff out and see if I have enough time to get some lunch, because I'm very hungry and I cannot not eat until 5. That seems ridiculous. So I'm gonna try that, and then I'm gonna try lesson planning a little bit for next week. So let's begin. recorded this when I was done, but I guess I didn't press record. But this is my April wall. It says April showers, bring May flowers. And then I just had the kids do a tulip math activity with related facts. So that is my makeshift bulletin board. It's makeshift because this is just a regular cement wall. So unfortunately it's not a cork board, but it may do with tape. I think it's cute. Hello, welcome back. So it is currently about 2:30 and I am ready to head over here to get to my training. I did almost everything that I had to do. I printed out the stuff that I needed for this week. I printed out my running documents. I printed out a new missing added worksheet that I'm gonna have my kids do, but I need to make the copies for that tomorrow during lunch. I put up my bulletin board, and the only thing I didn't get to was lesson planning for next week, but that's okay because I can just lesson plan at home. I find that I work better at home, so unfortunately I do take work home, but it makes me less stressed out and it just means that I get more time at home versus here, which I appreciate. So that's all that I'm going to do for today. I'm going to head to my meeting and I will see you guys after that meeting. Hello, we are currently at home. Obviously we're not at school anymore, but I just got back from my new teacher training a few minutes ago. It's currently 6 o'clock, so it took about 45 minutes to get home, unfortunately. But I just wanted to come back on here and just thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this little a day in my life. I hope to do a couple more of these. They were fun to do, just chit-chatting all along. But if you guys liked it, please let me know. Like, subscribe, do whatever you do for those YouTube videos. And I hope you guys stick around. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.